Hello. First Tonight claims that the government is denying people life-saving operations. A man from Luton who needs a kidney transplant says he's devastated after a donor has been refused a visa to enter the country. Gulfraz Ahmed has to have dialysis 3 times a week and his health is deteriorating. He's been told his only hope is a new kidney. Now, his aunt is a match, but she lives in Pakistan and the Home Office has rejected her application to come here. Louise Hubble has the story.
Gulfraz Ahmed owns a tyre company. Born with damaged kidneys, he has dialysis 3 times a week and now needs a new kidney. He's found a match within his family, but the donor, his aunt on the phone from Pakistan, has been refused a visa to come to the UK.
It's upsetting and quite shocking as well, and we feel quite let down, if anything. We found out that dialysis actually costs the NHS £50,000 per year per patient. We're wasting money.
Gulfraz would be entitled to NHS care, but would pay for his aunt's treatment privately. He says the Home Office hasn't spoken to his consultants or looked at the evidence.
We've given our accounts to them to say we could fund this trip. We've had estate agents come in, survey the house.
For his mum, who has donated a kidney to him in the past, it's a distressing situation.
I'm very upset. My son is very suffering. I can't say anything. I saved my son's life.
The rejected application was for 6 months to allow Gulfraz's aunt to have the operation and recover. But the family solicitor believes it hasn't been assessed as a life-saving situation.
Although this is a visitor's medical application, the refusal points are the same as that of somebody who would come here for a holiday.
The Home Office say UK visa applications are considered on their individual merits, including any compassionate circumstances. Applications for a visa visit must include evidence of how a person intends to support themselves during their stay and convince the Home Office they intend to leave at the end of their trip. But the local MP is so concerned about the situation, he's written to the Home Secretary.
This is my constituents' best chance at a more normal life, and I think those that seek to try and deny him should be held to account for it. I think there were flaws with the original application process that clearly didn't take into account that this is a vital, life-changing situation. And so I hope that a second application will be successful.
Gulfraz would love to find a donor in the UK with a B-positive blood group, but with his health deteriorating, believes securing the visa is his best hope. Louise Hubble, BBC Look East, Luton.
Well, Amer Zaman joins us now. He specialises in immigration law. Mr. Zaman, how common are organ donor cases like this?
I think increasingly they're becoming more and more common with the development of the law the way it is, and with the way medicine is developing and the increasing ability for donors around the world to reach patients, whether they're in the UK, the United States. They are increasing and they are on the up.
The government tells us that they do assess each application individually. Why do you think so many are being refused?
I think what we need to do is consider how the government is actually considering these applications. It would appear from a number of cases over the last decade where the government would be appearing to use a blanket policy to target certain applicants from around the world to refuse those cases. And you can see that from some of the wording in the refusal letters, which appear to be quite common.
Presumably this is something that you would like to see changed?
Yes, definitely. I think everyone should have the right to be able to rely on any donor across the world, and it would benefit everyone if the rules were not relaxed but amended to reflect that.
Given, though, that there is a potential problem with this at the moment, what about patients travelling to the donor and having operations there? Is that possible, or are they generally too sick to do that?
I think it depends on what level the patient is at and how far along the treatment they are at. Obviously, the further down they are with their treatment, the harder it will be for them to travel to countries like Pakistan or, in certain instances, the Far East.
In your experience, has the Home Office changed its mind?
They do tend to change their minds if they feel there is pressure from the public. Some cases have been highlighted. In 2005 there was a Sri Lankan woman, in 2016 there were 2 Nigerian applicants who faced similar issues. However, there are many thousands who have not had their case highlighted in the media, and therefore they've not had their cases overturned.
Just finally and briefly, what can people like Gulfraz do while they're waiting?
It's a difficult question to answer, because obviously in their situation all they can do is hope and pray, but what they need to do is they need to ask their solicitors to ensure that the proper paperwork is filed with the High Commission to ensure that they meet the criteria for the immigration rules.
Amer Zaman, thank you so much for joining us on Look East tonight. Thank you.
No problem.